Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new episode of Dr. Stone's Science Future, which is on episode 2 and on part 2, or episode 14 of the total number of episodes. This episode right here, looks like to me we get a new character in the episode, and we're about to start making their situation a little bit much more easier thanks to this character's help and irony of her materials. So if anything else, let's just get this started right away. We get to see Senku and his group along with Dr. Zeno are trying to reach a location that's in South America in the Amazon forest, I believe. Unfortunately, the situation becomes more dire because if they want to get there, they will have to walk through an entire big rainforest, and it's going to be very harsh and hard considering that there's only a limit to how much a human could walk far. Adding on to that, they're being chased by Stanley, who knows where they're going thanks to freaking Ginro running his mouth, which is, annoying and upsetting, but Ginro thinking that that his subordinate or the friend of his was going to die, he couldn't just let it go, which I understand. So, other than the situation being a little bleak or gloomy, we get to see that Senku and the others will find someone called Dr. Chelsea after she tries to make the message to say help, and they end up finding her that she actually has that she needs glasses in order to see. So thanks to Senku and Kaseki helping out with giving her glasses, she finally is able to see, and she is actually a prodigy teenager that could is a prodigy teenager of geography, or knowing the entire planet locations, which apparently I thought is pretty interesting, because I guess she's like a navigator, if I have to say so myself, like a very good navigator of going to certain locations and studying, and pretty much, in other words, as Dr. Zeno will say it, that she has the entire Earth's geography or landscape in her head. So Senku decides to ask Chelsea that we want to get to a certain location, but do you have any idea how to get there? And of course, there was a funny past of hers where she did break out of her petrification and tries to make the message of help, but through glow up messages of letters, but unfortunately ran out of ink, so it says hell instead of help. So funny stuff. Other than that, we get to see, like I said, repeating myself, Senku asks for Dr. Chelsea's help to locate the Amazon forest, because we believe right there we may be able to find what we're looking for. However, the way how it's gonna go is they had to go through some mountains and build a raft and get to the location on water, but it's not really in a very good situation, because going there by foot's gonna take a while and it's gonna be painful. But Senku believes that we should make bikes or motorcycles, if I have to say so, if I have to make it simple. Pretty much the materials of the map is shown on there. Charcoal, gas cylinder, you get your engine, you get your battery, you get your brass, you get your iron, you get your springs, along with the tires, rubber, sulfur, rubber, tires, and then there, you get your bikes or motorcycle. By that time, as the episode continues on, we get to see that Dr. Zeno did try to hire Chelsea on his path to lead humanity or rule the world, but she goes nah, I'm not really interested in all that stuff, considering that Senku and Kaseki helped me out. I have to pay back my debt, not to mention they saved me, I guess, in other words. Dr. Chelsea finds Senku awesome, and his adventures to go to the moon is really interesting, so she's gonna join the party. So geography powers is pretty much gonna be useful, and that they want to find rubber. That's Senku's next destination. If they're gonna make motorcycles and all that, they have to find rubber. We have to it. Dr. Chelsea has an idea where to find it, but it's gonna take a while, because not to mention they are already in a tight pinch, because we get to see that Stanley and his crew is actually locking onto Senku and his crew. And there's this guy that I think he's like a pinpointing specialist, knowing where the locations are, where I guess a military radar operator. That makes him very elite, almost like rivaling that to like, what's the guy's name? Ukyo's like hearing abilities, I guess. But it all depends on what you're looking at. Sorry for making it confusing. In other words, Stanley's crew member, or one of them, specializes in military radar locations, which apparently he pinpoints where Senku and the others are at, and that by that time we can catch up to them by nightfall with our speed. But by that time, they're trying to figure out how to escape because they don't got much time left. And if the guy says, like, if we're going to meet them at nightfall, then that's how it's going to be, as long as we keep up with the speed. But right now, they have to make... And the sucky thing is about Senku and his crew is that they got to stop by for fuel in order to replenish their supplies. Eventually, with the help of Chelsea's, like, message kite, I believe, it turns into a giant sail for them to go faster. Right now, the guy says, hey, man, the enemy's ship is reflective area is too wide, and they're going way faster than us right now. It's like they're making their boat a sailboat, and that's not something you can catch up to. So, yeah. At that time, I guess you can say they are in the clear, thanks to Dr. Chelsea's, like, materials that she used to send the message of help, and they could, like, go faster, and now they might be able to get to their location right on time. But who knows how that's going to turn out. Other than that, preview of next episode is called The Escape. So, looks like to me, even though they look like they have the advantage right now, the next episode tells like saying, we gotta get the hell out of here. So yeah, the way how I look at it. Sorry if it makes it confusing. Anyways, this episode just involves Senku and the others finding Dr. Chelsea, and she's good at geography or geography of the entire world or the entire Earth in her head. So, with her pinpointing locations, they are able to find what they possibly need to get. However, Stanley and his crew are like closing in on them, and of course they had a elite radar operator knowing where they're at thanks to the materials or equipment they have on Senku on the ship. So depending on how this turns out or how it's gonna go, they were gonna get captured by nightfall or killed. But thanks to Dr. Chelsea's like materials to make the message help, which turns out to be hell because she ran out of paint. They are like outspeeding them, or yeah, they're pretty much going way faster than them. So they're in the clear, but preview next episode saying The Escape may say otherwise. So looking forward to see how next episode goes. So until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.